beaders, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and I'm here today to share with you my wall of beads. So this is kind of like an update to the video I did about a year ago where I shared with you these acrylic shelves that I love to use to store my beads in all these little containers. And at that point I only had one acrylic shelf, and as you can see I have expanded into 5 acrylic shelves. Yes, because I find that this is the perfect method for me. This will not be perfect for everybody, and I understand that, but I know a lot of you guys are really curious as to what I personally do as far as my bead storage and organization and knowing what I have. So no, I don't store everything on these acrylic shelves. You can see I do have some gaps, some room to expand, which is part of my plan. And by the way, sorry for all the movement. I am not on a tripod today like I typically am, and I had a lot of caffeine, so my hands are just a little bit extra shaky, and I am just doing the very best I can, so bear with me. This video may also be a little bit chattier than normal. Normally I'm right down to business. I don't add a lot of fluff and chit chat, but today's video is just a little bit more casual and free form, and just more me showing you my way of storing my specialty beads and my gemstone beads that fit in these little containers. They're kind of like Tic Tac containers. They are flip top, and the one on the end there is about 3 inches, and I have different ranges of sizes, which seems to work pretty well. And then when we get to some of these shorter containers, in fact, you can actually buy some that will stack on top of those. So you can see that I do have quite a bit of room, and I do try to maximize all the space that I have. I will say up front that this option is not the cheapest option to store beads. It just isn't. Now, do I like to spend money? No, I don't. I'm actually a pretty frugal person, but there's certain things that we all find that are just worth it to us when it comes to the cost. Each of these acrylic shelves, I'm not saying it was outrageous, but you know, we all have different amounts that we can spend and budget on things. And these shelves were around, I think somewhere in the ballpark of about $50 per shelf. You'll see them a lot advertised for nail polish. They use them in nail salons a lot to hold all the different polishes. And what I've learned over the years is I am such a visual person, and if I take all these specialty beads and I bag them up, or if I put them into divided storage containers on a shelf, I will forget that I had all these specialty beads. I will not think about them. I will, yes, I'll dig through them when I'm looking for something, but with this, it's in my face. I know what I have. Not to mention, they are beautiful. Now, these little containers are not cheap either. They run, I would say on average, between 25 to 40 cents a piece. So it is an investment. I don't recommend this for everybody. I recommend it for those of you who are also visual people, those of you who have the wall space and the budget to do it. You know, it's fun to get all of these beads in the mail and get all these subscription boxes. But what good is it if all of your beads are stuffed into the boxes they came in, or a place where you can't see them, where you forget about them? If you're like me, this system just works. I'm telling you, it's well worth the investment. I did get everything pretty much on Amazon.com, and I can leave the links down below in the information section for the acrylic shelves, for the different sizes of containers. So like you see this shelf, for example, there's actually a lot of space between here and here, and they do sell a size that will stack on top of these, and that's my plan. Is when I start to get too tight on space, I'll get more of those little containers and stack them right up. So this is not a full bead room tour today, guys. Obviously, I just wanted to do another video to just show you an update on my wall system that I love, that I recommend. A full studio tour is actually promised once I reach 50 patrons on patreon.com. That link is always in my information section below. There's different tiers to patreon.com if you're not familiar with it. I even have one that's been pretty popular. It's a $25 tier where I send a surprise bag of beads to that patron each month that they're subscribed, and I even personalize it a little bit with a quiz. I send that to my patron after they sign up, and it's an option for them to fill out, and they can let me know what their favorite things to bead are, if they're more of a stringer or a weaver, what their favorite colors are, if there's any metal components that they will not use. That way what I'm sending to them is just a little bit more tailored. So that's probably a topic for another video, but I did want to say that I would like to do a full studio tour just because I've been asked to do that so many times, but I won't be doing that until I reach that goal on Patreon. That's really what's fair to them for signing up and choosing to support me each month. So what else can I tell you about this wall system? Well, it is attached right here, as you can see, with 2 screws, one there and there's one on the other side, and some anchors in the wall. There's actually 2 lower down as well, one on this side and one on the other side. They were pretty easy to install and they're very sturdy. I'll share with you a little bit about my organization, I guess, with my shelving right now, and that is subject to change. I'm always adjusting things to the amount of beads that I have, what I'm into, and just what works. But right now I have most of my gemstone beads on shelf number 1. You can see I have my pearls at the top. And I tried to organize this as best I could loosely based on color. So I have the clear and the white beads, like lots of quartz and opalite and some howlite, those types of beads all together there. And then getting to the next shelf, there are a lot of grays and purples. So like labradorite, net stone, going over here, some more amethyst, dyed jade, agate. Then on the next shelf, we have our blues and teals and aquas. So like some blue goldstone, we have lapis, we have more agate, some sodalite, some more dyed jade, we have jasper, turquoise, lots of fluorite. Moving on to the next shelf, which is mostly getting into your more greenish beads, I have some more turquoise, some tree agate, some other types of agate. There's some unakite, carnelian, and then finally my bottom shelf, there's some Picasso jasper, some tiger's eye, garnet, so all the reddish tones, and then going into some pink, some dyed beads, some cherry quartz, rose quartz, kunzite, and some more agate. So that's the first shelf. On the next shelves, you'll see that these are mostly my specialty beads. So I have these very large petals here at the top and some very large check glass flowers. Pretty much all the rest of these shelves are going to be, I'd say like 90% are probably check glass. Here's my little collection of daggers, and there are my spikes and pip beads. Moving down to all of my drops in a rainbow of colors. You can see a theme. If I had a lot of something, I just did it in a rainbow type of color scheme. And more drops down here. Try not to go too fast to make you guys too dizzy. And some flat teardrops there in the center. Some check glass nugget beads. And down here at the bottom I have some lentils, some check glass cabochon beads, my O beads and demi rounds, and then some little check glass faceted rondelles. Now this third shelf is mostly my flowers and leaves. You guys know I love the check glass flowers and leaves, and I had a viewer kindly send me a whole bunch a few months back that I did a video on. I mean, just extremely generous. And so not only have I put a lot of my beads in the surprise bags for my patrons that I do each month, but I have reserved a portion of each of the colors to have on hand to use in future videos and future jewelry, so she can see those pop up in videos. So you can see that there's some more leaves and all different shapes. And I have the shapes separated by type, and then again did kind of a little rainbow effect of colors. And that was my method of organization for all of these things. And here is the bottom shelf with some little flowers. Beautiful colors. Just so fun to look at. I love sitting here and being able to look at all these beads. And just some more flowers there. You can see that on some I have tried to label them like BC 419, so like BC would be to me bead crate, and then 419 would be April 2019. Haven't been perfect at my organization like that because, as you guys know, I went through a complete move over the summer and house selling process in addition to everything else I have going on. This is not my full-time job, by the way, but it really is in a sense. So finally, I feel like this month I've been able to breathe a little bit more and bring you a little bit more casual content like this that is a little bit more personal that you guys have been asking for. I hope you know it says a lot. I'm bringing you into my personal space. I am a very private person. I know that sounds weird for being on YouTube, but I'm happy to do it when you guys show that much of an interest. I'm glad to be able to do a video like this. This shelf, by the way, is more random. So these are a lot of check glass beads that I've gotten in subscription boxes that are more random shapes. And again, just try to organize them as best I could by color. You can see we're on the green shelf here, getting into some turquoise. And my arms are getting so sore. I gotta stop for just a second, come back. Whew, okay, we're back. I was feeling the burn on that one. Man. All right, now we are on the next shelf, which is just a little bit more greens and getting into more of the blues. You can see all the different shapes and different things going on, and these are more of my one-offs. So like with the leaves and things, I had many multiples of those just in different colors, and that's why I grouped them together. These are more random shapes, and that's why I have them more on this shelf, just kind of organized more by color. And there's the bottom of that one getting into the clear beads, and a few little random mixes that I have over here. So I know you probably would think that I'd be overrun by beads with all of the boxes and things that I've opened up since I started my channel a little over a year and a half ago. But I'm really not a bead hoarder. I keep things that I know I will probably use, but I feel like I'm pretty realistic with what I keep and what I don't keep. And that was one of the reasons I set up that Patreon tier, and I'm sorry to keep talking about it. I know it is kind of a plug for that, but that is not my goal of the video. It's just that it kind of plays into it because that was one of my ways of being able to de-stash while also supporting my channel and giving you guys who sign up a little fun surprise of high quality beads each month, because there's just no way that I could use everything that I get in, and I'd love to see them go to a good home in a practical way that also helps support the content I create, the time I put into my videos, the equipment that I need, all those things. So you get what I'm saying. I mean, the main point is I just wanted to show you that from the time I did the video a year ago in my other space, and it started as being just one shelf, that I have expanded into 5 complete shelves on an entire wall because I still believe in this system. I still highly recommend it. And for those of you who might be similar to me with your creative thought process and like to have a visual of your most special beads right in front of you, hopefully this helps you guys with another perspective on how to store your beads. And I know there's been huge growth since that video a year ago, and there's a lot of people that probably didn't see it. So yeah, if this doesn't tell you how much I like this system, I don't know what will. I do have a different method of storing my fire polish bead strands, my seed beads, my delicas, my findings, the things I set aside for my patrons, and hopefully those things will be coming in separate in future videos over time, just like this one, as well as a full studio tour when I get to that 50 patrons goal. I know a lot of you guys, since I did the first video, shared with me that you had gone and purchased one of these acrylic racks for yourself and that you really enjoyed it. So if you have done so in the past and have been with me for a while, please feel free to leave me a comment down below and let me know if this system has also worked for you, and share that with others who read the comments and let them know if you enjoy it too or have any other additional tips. And if I left anything out, feel free to leave me a question down below as well in the comments section. All right, so that's it, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by to check out my wall of beads. This is the first thing I see when I come into my studio area. And not only is it well organized and helps me remember what I have, it's also fun to look at and part of my decor. Until next time, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day, and as always, I can't wave at you because I'm holding the camera. Happy beading. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my latest videos. You can check out the information section below this video for links to all my social media handles, recommended products, and my shop and blog at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching.